guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are back at you guys with Viking! Episode 6, Season 6, Part 2, or Episode 16, Season 6.
The final straw. So last episode was bittersweet as fuck.
Fudge, yeah.
We did not expect that at all. Gunhild killed herself. She swam out and never came back. She went back to Bjorn and joined Lagertha and everyone else in Valhalla. She was happier doing that than staying. It was sad. And Oleg died. The army of his brother showed up with Igor and Hvitserk and Ivar and everyone, and Igor shot Oleg, who was basically seeing himself as the ultimate martyr. He was calling out for peace and stuff, but then he had to die. Like, we can't leave that guy alive. We don't know like what he's gonna do. We were stressed out the entire episode about like maybe he's planning something, but he was just broken. And he died.
I'm still so sorry about his death, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand it, but I was expecting at least one last big thing.
They did it, like, at least it was beautifully shot. So I'm okay with how it happened. So we'll agree to disagree, but he died and it's done. And Igor is gonna be king, and everything's gonna be great in Kiev. And Katya is pregnant with Ivar's child, but she doesn't want him to stay around because they don't love each other. And he accepted that as truth, and he chose to go back with his brother to Kattegat, maybe?
Back home.
Yeah, back home.
See what's happening back there.
Wants to follow his other, obsession. So we'll see how they manage to eventually go back home, I guess, because they have nothing. And Harold married Ingrid, and there was a fight in Iceland, and Flatnose lost
Greenland.
it. In Greenland, and Flatnose lost it. A lot of people died, and the ones that survived left with Uba, and now they're just like, they're hoping to find something that will save them because they have no food and barely any water.
Yeah.
And Flatnose is gonna die on his own with his wife and
King of the Whale.
King of Greenland. There you go.
Yeah.
King of the Whale. Yeah. So that was the closing of a huge chapter, and now we're entering the last one of the show. Let's see what they have in store for us.
All right.
Let's go.
Is it Ivar and Hvitserk coming back? It's
Well,
one ship. One ship.
Did Uba just cross back?
What is it?
It's a Rush ship.
Ah.
There's only a single ship.
They just decided to show up on their own, like, hello!
Yeah. If they did, that's pretty dumb though, because they would be captured.
That's
them.
them.
Oh,
Well, what do you think?
Oh, they have a few people with them.
Well, this might be a mistake, after all.
yeah, I think it is.
Are they just gonna welcome them back? Like, our expectations were
They are not welcoming them back.
Well, of course not, but are they gonna welcome them back? I would not expect a different welcome. They fought them recently. It's gonna be awkward. Oh man, it's gonna be very awkward. What did they expect? They might not want to fight anymore, but then I doubt that. I don't know.
Would they be content to just support the new king of Kattegat?
I don't think so. Hvitserk is gonna follow Ivar, but then what is he gonna? He's changed though. Ivar has changed. So who's to say what he's thinking about?
2 of Ragnar's sons have returned home. They were free men. They could have chosen to go anywhere in our world where their fame would have guaranteed them a warm welcome. Instead, they returned to Kattegat.
The 2 outcasts.
Beginnings.
The ones that were thrown out.
You have bitter memories. You feel betrayed.
Yeah.
But let me remind you that the gods always forgive each other. For the most part, gods, being human, understand human nature. They understand jealousy. They understand ambition. They understand how people who love each other can end up challenging and sometimes murdering those they love. I did it myself. I killed my own brother.
His speech
And
actually
I
makes
regret
sense.
it every day. Every day. And we should be overjoyed that they have decided to come here and share the future with us.
I honestly like this speech. It made a lot of sense.
Well, to be fair, having two sons of Ragnar at his side, that's not nothing, you know?
So tell us, Ivar, is it true you're a god, like you told us?
Some vulnerability and humility, please. Or at least, well, if you want to follow something great, say descendant of a god or something like your dad was. He's being badass.
Well, strangely, that worked.
They understand each other. Basically, I'm a cripple. You think I'd be a god? But he never said anything, though.
Yeah.
He showed himself at his most vulnerable so that they would accept him. That had to, like, can you imagine younger Ivar doing that?
Ivar hated to be the laughing joke of people, so...
And now he just became that. He just did that to prove them as something. I think it showed a lot of strength.
A part of him still hated it, though.
Definitely.
You've seen it in his face.
Definitely. But he willingly did that.
I don't think my destiny, or yours, lies here. But then on the other hand, I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. It feels as if I'm in an open boat, lost at sea, with no land in sight.
Jesus, like with
No
who?
purpose, no meaning to my voyage. Don't you ever feel the same?
I've been lost for so long. I wouldn't recognize the alternative.
It's actually sad.
Yeah.
Very similar to Ubba, and in a way very similar to how Floki was too before, and how Ragnar was also when he was king. Jeez, your dad has been sitting right there.
Ancient one.
Oh, I have watched you.
I'm not sure I should have returned. Harold is suspicious that I've come to overthrow me. Perhaps I should, since I despise the thought of serving him.
For Ivar, connecting nothing with nothing. Think of your father, sat here, dreaming his dreams of places beyond all this. Don't you remember? I cannot advise you, but I saw in your pocket a possible answer to your question.
I swear to God, if you were right. Oh man, I don't miss that haircut though. I miss this. It's significant to him. So like, are you telling me we're going fucking back?
I have to
Maybe.
congratulate you on how the gods must have raised their brimming horns to salute Björn Ironside, son of Ragnar. When I join you, there will be no celebrations. The gods must despise me. But you must know all about this by now, Björn. You must hear their conversations, their laughter.
Hvitserk, do not think so unkindly of the gods.
Are you a ghost?
No. My name is Ethan, and I know all about you. I will spend tonight with you, if you desire it.
A goddess? I mean, the way she came here, like, it wouldn't be the first time.
People think that you are not a threat, but I know differently. You do not think like other men. You are unpredictable.
Finding purpose, finding something to help you carry on.
Everyone will always underestimate you. You must make them pay for it. Use your anger intelligently. And I promise you, my son, that one day the whole world
He's going
will
back to
know and
England.
fear
That's for sure.
Ivar the Boneless. Be ruthless.
That was well shot, guys.
I love when they bring him back. You know, I love when we see flashbacks and stuff.
And she's gone.
Yeah, like she said.
But are you happy now?
Maybe that's gonna make him feel important. Like he's worth, you know, the focus and the attention of the gods. Because
That is not worthless?
Yeah, they both have no purpose, so they needed something to boost them up to ride this finale like crazy. My God, the music in these episodes! Oh. Jesus.
Oh yeah. He's coming with a plan, guys.
He's gonna be
He's
ruthless.
gonna be ruthless.
He's gonna do something because that's what he was born to do. That, you know, see, that's the feeling we had when they showed up. Like nothing. We were like, what? Where's the fighting spirit?
And he knows that there are some people who vouch for them, vouch for Ragnar.
Exactly. He's got supporters.
Dude, Ivar, there's a difference in being ruthless and rude.
told us that in time of peace we would have no choice but to fall out with each other. It's true. No doubt that we'd all like to deny it, but it will happen. Unless there's still something left for us to do together. There is. And this is it.
You were fucking right. Damn. Told you so. Well, we haven't seen the characters in Wessex though. I said when we see them.
King Björn believed that Kattegat could exist by trade alone. It is not true. Unless we continue raiding, continue to win battles, take territory, we will soon lose everything we have gained so far. We have a foothold in York, in Mercia and Northumberland. But Wessex remains powerful. Its king, Alfred, receives homage from all the Saxon tribes. And if we leave his kingdom alone, then surely he will destroy our settlements and regain all his lost fiefdoms.
You probably wouldn't, but then okay.
But yes and no. We know Alfred. That wouldn't be in his
Alfred
character.
wouldn't do it.
But it's not a far-fetched idea. I think that they might take back what they gave in the first place.
You tell me that all our great heroes are dead. Perhaps you believe it. For it seems to me that while our kinsmen struggle and fight abroad, all of you have settled for comfortable lives here in Kattegat, living off the fat of the land, forgetting who you really are. Is it for this that Ragnar Lothbrok died? Is it for your easy living, your temperate days, that he sacrificed his life?
Well, he died to send a last fuck you to
I was
the
there
gods.
when my father died. He wanted no pity. He was glad to die. But he urged his sons, and he urged you, his people, to avenge him. Since his death, the Christian plague has spread across the world, even infecting our Rose brothers. But you still claim to be Vikings. Then act like Vikings. Forget about your comfortable existence. Come with me, and conquer King Alfred.
He's always been very good at rallying people.
Reclaim your birthright. Be like the gods, and be
So that's the diver from
Ragnar, Bjorn, Ubba, and Ivar always have been good with speeches and rallying people together.
We hear Ivar in the cheers.
They all cheering Ivar.
I thought I heard Harold at first, and Harold was smiling
Well,
and
but
shit.
someone
but then,
said Hell Ivar.
and
So
people
it-
switched.
Yeah.
So great episode.
I lost his crown.
Okay, you were right about them going back to Wessex. I
Told ya.
I think when I imagined Wessex coming back in the story, I always imagined like them being at the center of the story, you know, us following them as much as we follow the Sons of
But,
Ragnar.
okay, guys. To be honest
So-
with you, I don't, like I said in the previous episode, I know that I was gonna die on a battlefield if they keep
to
at
it, yeah.
I don't remember when he died though, where he died though. I know that he used to be a conqueror, that he conquered many lands, that he was.
Well,
a
it makes
great
sense
fighter,
that it
and-
would end in Wessex
You
because
know?
this has always been, this is where it all started, the show. So it's poetic that it ends there.
But we knew that Ragnar used to have something against Egbert or against Ayla, and he died.
And
they died.
Ivar had one with
Ivar
their-
had something
yeah.
with Alfred. They used to play together. They used to be.
Well,
on,
they played
on
each
match,
other, yeah.
And they played each other. So, you know, they're both against each other with their minds. So that wouldn't be a far-fetched idea for them to be against each other one last time before the end of this series. And in my mind, when I saw them at the beginning, I thought we need to have one final battle with these two. You know, something with these two.
I do have a feeling though that they're not going there to win anything because I don't think Alfred dies at this battle or that he gets defeated or anything, you know.
I don't know.
Like I don't think they intend to die, but at the same time that would also be a fitting end for them to be defeated because this episode specifically to me was about purpose, loss of purpose, and newfound purpose. Faith in who you are and what you are has always been at the center of the show when it comes to, you know, the characters. Ragnar, you're wondering if he was only a pawn for the gods or if he was, you know, a master of his own choices. Lagertha, you know, struggling with who she was, a warrior or, you know, a mother or a wife. You know, she always struggled with her role in all of this. The Sons of Ragnar, same fucking shit, you know. Who am I supposed to be? I'm supposed to represent my dad and his legacy, my mother, especially with Bjorn, and her legacy. And then once you have it all, what do you do next? It's true that ever since everyone, you know, the older generation settled everything, there's been a lot of infighting, you know, fighting between Vikings.
Yeah.
But then there's also been the question of, you know, do you want to convert to Christianity? Do you want to settle? Are you a true Viking? What is a true Viking? Who in the cast still has the old, you know, drive to do what they claim to be Viking? Traveling, fighting, you know, dying in battle. That's always been at the center of their, you know, their faith and their culture and stuff. And I feel it, you know, I feel it from them in this episode. They feel like they have lost their way, and it makes sense because they haven't been true Vikings in so long. They've been fighting brothers. They've been, you know, fighting over their own land, and they haven't not been exploring. They have not been, you know.
I wouldn't say that they lost their way.
Well, I
they
think
lost
they did.
their old ways, though.
No, when I say lost their way, I mean it in many, many, many versions of the word. You know, like you've got Hvitserk, who basically never knew who he was supposed to be. He's trying to hold up to, you know, the legend that is his brother, the legend that is his other brother, his dad. He killed a legend, but then all it brought him was suffering, and then he never knew where he was supposed to go. He's always been looking for his way, and he's never found it. You've got Ivar, who thought he had found his way, and he thought he was, you know, being what his dad wanted him to be, but then he lost Kattegat, and he basically became a prisoner with the Rus, and he tried to do, you know, the right thing with the Rus and survive. And he managed to do something, and then Hvitserk was saying, you know, you've changed, you've changed a lot, which personally I think is great, but then not all of them changing he felt okay with. You know, it's like he lost his drive. He didn't know where he was supposed to go, so he lost his way in this sense, you know. He didn't know what he was supposed to do next, because what do? Do you want to fight? He's not sure if he should fight Harold, and if he wants to fight Harold, is he going to have support? Or if he fights Harold, is there going to be something bigger than that? He doesn't know, so he had lost his way, and Ubba is literally lost. And Ubba, personally, Ubba has also been struggling with which gods he wants to follow. It's always been about his religion, what he believes in. In the recent seasons, it's been about, you know, what he wants to do and who he wants to be. He converted for a while, then he came back thinking he wanted to be a true Viking, and now he's getting a lot of clues that his gods are not helping, but the Christian god could be helping, so he's conflicted. Like, whose gods are better? I think he's convinced that he's a Viking, that he wants to follow his gods, but he's starting to lose faith in just how much power his gods truly hold. So all of them, in my opinion, have lost their way and needed to find it again.
Unless somehow, someday, Ubba realized that not one god is better than the other, you know?
I think this is where they were going a few episodes ago, but then in a moment of crisis, where everyone is dying and you're weak and you don't have hope and you don't know where you're going next, you're like, you're looking for answers and you're not getting any. And Ragnar was in the same situation before. You don't know where your answer is, and Ragnar found answers with Athelstan, but then Ubba seems to be fighting, you know, his Athelstan. And
speaking of his own Athelstan, yeah, that guy is
full of fucking
so
lies.
many stories.
I know, and I mean, I don't think he means badly. Like,
you know what? I'm not even sure that guy is real.
I
do you think that might be God or something?
At one point, I literally thought, like, what the fuck? Like, they could actually trick us with something like that, but we'll see. We'll see.
Heck, Hvitserk received the presence of a goddess, so
and apparently he needed that, you know, just confirmation that
he wasn't worthless.
That he's not worthless, and that, you know, he is worth the attention of at least one god. So that gave him, you know, the self-esteem needed to push forward a little bit. That scene when he got out and he just went on his knees. I think it's where he killed Lagertha, because that would be significant. But to face what he did and not try to cover it up with lies. Oh, I was meant to do it. No, see it as a mistake. Like it, because it is a mistake. You never meant to kill Lagertha, and you were not supposed to kill Lagertha. See that as a mistake. Grieve over it, but then find the strength to go past it and move on, because it wasn't all about that. You know, your life still means something. There is another purpose for you. You just need to find it. And Ivar is also very interesting this episode, because I loved the scene where he's sitting exactly, you know, even the seer was saying, yo, imagine your father sitting here. I am imagining his father.
I recall that scene, yeah.
Oh, man. And he's just, I get it, because, you know, he doesn't have the support, and he doesn't really have the desire, I feel like, to fight Harold. It's more of the same always, you know, even if he did that. And I think at first he thought about it, you know, when he remembered his dad and he had this great moment where flashbacks all around, he was like, I think he was considering it, you know, fighting back Harold and finding people that would support him, and he was thinking about it, and he was like, would it be worth it and stuff? I think he found no glory, no happiness, no nothing, no emotions behind that, which is why he pushed that board away, and he chose, fuck this, we're going all or nothing. We're going to Wessex. You know what? We're going back to our roots. Because I think that's the thing. Like, ever since, and even, you know, not only when we left Wessex, even before that, it's been a while since we've seen them try and go out and fight a foreigner, you know, and or people at least that we didn't know, because the Rus were there, but the Rus, it was complicated. I feel like the Rus came to them. It's not them that went to the Rus.
I think, beside the fact that they went to avenge Ragnar,
after that, they fought between each other.
I think, yeah, beside the fact, the last time that they tried to make a raid was against Paris, against Francia. Because afterwards, Ragnar disappeared for 10 years.
Well, after Ragnar, they avenged him, which was great, and then they got York, and then after York, Ivar became king,
and they went back, and now they just fight each other.
Ever since Ivar became king, it's true, they fought brothers, and they just fought over the same land over and over again, and the people just settled after that. You know, they settled for, well, okay, you're meant to be king, and I have no passion to fight you again. We've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like they haven't been to Wessex before, but at least there's a purpose there, fighting Christianity. You know, it's at the center of who they are. Fighting for this reason. You are a Christian, so I hate you.
Still not a good reason.
No, it's not a good reason, but I mean, we'll all accept it as their reason, because Ragnar was going to Wessex to discover new things. You know, he had this curiosity that Ivar doesn't have. Ivar is not curious. Ivar wants recognition. He wants his name to mean something. And I think he realized that for his name to mean something, he cannot stay in Kattegat. It's too small, and it means nothing. He needs to go out like his dad did, and if he is to die, he needs to die out there. You know, fighting a great war, fighting for something that's huge.
Mm-hmm. I said it before, but when Harold was talking about the fact that maybe King Alfred could just take back the settlement and take back what they want. Technically, we know that Alfred is not that type of character.
Well, he was young too. Like, I don't know. I don't even know if the same actor is gonna come back if we see him. But like he was pretty young. Like, in his older age, we don't know how he's gonna be. But what was his nickname? Alfred the
Great.
The Great or something. Yeah. So I mean, great could mean a lot of things. I don't know how he would change, and I don't think he would change as much. But then, who's to say that the guy that comes after him won't do something like that, you know? Or many generations down the line. Like, it's never going to be secured because you're foreigners, unless enough time passes that, you know, you marry between the people and you know, you get so mingled that you cannot tell who's who.
That would have been the best ending, you know?
Yeah, it's history. Like, they're not fighting each other now.
I don't think. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. But yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, I did not see Wessex coming back in the picture, but in this way, the way they're talking about it, I think it was meant to be powerful, and it was. All of them trying to find, you know, who they are truly, because they're lost. They don't know what to do next. Mm-hmm. And to go back to the roots and to give that speech and give also hope to all the other Vikings, because it's true that ever since, you know, they switched Kattegat into a trading post and stuff, it's like they feel like they've lost their flame. You know, he was looking at all the other Vikings and, you know, drunkards and people that play games of strategies instead of actually
people who pawn their fidelity bracelet too.
Yes, that too. You know, people that they've lost the meaning of what it is. You know, Gunhild was saying, again, because I said it last episode, but Gunhild was saying that the age of Vikings and the old legends and stuff was over, but it's over because they decided it was over. They moved on. But the meaning of the ring and, you know, the strategies on the board, but that you can take out on the field and stuff, the rush of adrenaline and what it means to truly deserve a place in Valhalla. This is at the center of their culture, and if they feel that they're losing it, I'm glad that they decided, at least Ivar decided to go back to it.
Unfortunately, that is the thing that
will happen in the future.
So in the future, yes.
Yes.
But society, people, culture, everything evolved with time. Everything changed with time. Sometime for the best, sometime for the worst, and sometimes it's become forgotten. Unfortunately,
it's true. And I'm not like we know where this is going. You know, the culture is gonna be not lost, not forgotten, but like they're gonna go back to being like this in the future. You know, they're not gonna raid anymore after a while. It's just that for the characters, what it means to not give up and to go back to the roots and to still fight until they die to make it worth something means a lot for the characters. So even though history says that this is a battle they're fighting that they're not going to win, what matters is how the characters see themselves in it and how they want to see themselves at the end. Like I said, I don't think they're going to Wessex to win because that'd be a weird ending of show, right? For them to actually win.
They know that the end is coming and they want to go out like they're...
Well, the end could be coming anytime.
The way that they want it.
Like no matter who dies or who survives, they could all be dying. Some of them could be dying, or they could all survive. But I don't think they'll win. I meant
that they know that we still got like 3 episodes left.
Yes.
So they know that the end is coming.
4 episodes, right?
Yeah, 4 episodes left.
But still, whether they win or die, they lose or whether they live or die. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna win at all in Wessex because that'd be weird. Pretty sure Alfred is still king at the end of the show. But the battle will mean more than the end game. The battle is what is important. Because that's what it means to be Viking.
I want to ask you something. When Hvitserk was talking to Bjorn, to the gods, saying that in all his life until
fucking
now...
sad too, by the way.
Hvitserk
this season in the last...
Yeah, Marco did a pretty great job, yeah. But in all of his life until now, he never really achieved anything important. Never did anything great.
I thought about something when he said that.
Do you recognize you in him?
Me?
Yeah, because people sometimes think that at the end of your life, sometimes you think about it, what did you...
Am I at the end of my life? Do you know something I don't?
No. No, not yet.
Okay, I did not think of myself, but I thought about something I said recently, actually. I don't remember why I said it, but I was talking to my friend the other day, and I remember saying some people, you know, think that for them, a life achievement and stuff needs to be huge. But for some people, you know, great life achievements only mean, you know, waking up every morning. You know, so, for some people, being great or being important matters, but your life can mean something even if you don't become president, even if you don't become like a celebrity or something. It's not because you don't do something huge that you mean nothing. But with Hvitserk, it's complicated because in his entire family, every single person, or almost, did something great.
Yeah.
So...
the pressure was on.
The pressure is there. He always felt this constant need to prove himself compared to the others because he is the son of Ragnar and he should be great. But then he fell short. But then you compare him to other Vikings. He fought many battles. He survived all of the battles, basically. He fought besides great people, strong fighters. He saw places. He avenged his dad with his brothers. He did a lot. It's just that compared to his brothers, he feels like he did nothing. But instead of comparing himself to others, he should just see, you know, what he did and look at his own path. But if he really wants to compare himself to anyone, compare yourself to everyone else. Not your brothers. Everyone else. As a Viking, he definitely deserved his place. I think he's fierce in battle. Like, all it means, for them to go to Valhalla, all they have to do is show courage, show strength, fight, and yeah, die in battle if you can. Like, that's the best. He's earned his place, definitely. So it's really sad to see him think of himself like as a nothing. But because we know he means something, his life means something, and he as a character is great, and he's done great things.
Sure.
It's just that.
Did he did mistakes?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, they all did. They
for
all
sure.
did.
But he grown.
Yeah.
As a person, he grown.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do many other things before he died.
Well, he's got 5 episodes.
4 episodes left.
Anyway, it was a good episode. Very good music, by the way. Like, I already have like 3 soundtracks of the show on my phone. So I'm gonna have to add another one. But anyway, I think I'm ready to move on to the next episode.
No, before we end though, I want to talk about one last thing. I just wanted to bring back Harold's guilt about killing his own brother.
It's always been there.
Yeah.
He never wanted to kill his brother.
It's just really sad that they ended up on 2 different sides because his brother decided to.
They believed in different things.
Alongside Bjorn.
Yeah, they believed in different things. But I think, you know, he never really dealt with it, but I feel like his brother accepted it as soon as he saw his brother on the other side. It was like, if you are to kill me, I'd rather it be you. You know, if I am to die, I'd rather it be you.
Yeah.
Who kills me. He was, I mean, he made his peace with it when he died. And I think he never had, you know, blamed his brother or anything. He was never mad at Harold for doing it. It's just that guilt is for the ones that survive. Ivar also carries guilt for what happened with Sigurd, and I'm pretty sure he also carries it, or at least he's sad about what happened with Bjorn.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it shows that he's human. Gives him layers. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching it with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out right now if you want. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, you can wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week, guys. Yes. So, wait and see you next week.
Bye!